Now, in the USA, President Trump has announced that he wants a temporary ban on all immigration into the country. The president said that the move, which is expected to provoke legal challenges, was needed to protect American jobs during this pandemic. New York, in particular, has been hit hard by the effects of coronavirus. Thousands of people have died, and the city's immigrant communities have suffered more than most. Live to New York, and our correspondent Nick Bryant.
America is an immigrant nation, Hugh, so even a temporary ban on immigration would be an extraordinary move. And critics of Donald Trump are saying it's less about protecting the US economy and more about boosting his chances of re-election in November. 4 years ago, a tough stance on immigration helped him reach the White House. It is immigrant communities that have been devastated by the virus and the economic fallout. We've seen that for ourselves in the New York borough of Queens.
In a city of ambition, in a city of abundance, a scene that looks like a throwback to the days of the Great Depression. These people were queuing for food handouts. The length of the line, a measure of the desperation. Every person has a story of need. Almost all are economic victims of COVID-19. Only a few weeks ago, restaurant workers, cleaners, laborers, now thrown out of work.
I'm planning to come back.
Alfredo Marino was laid off last month.
We have a little bit money saved, so we're trying to survive with that while,
When do you think that money will run out?
We don't know yet. I mean, we talk with our landlord to see what we're going to do this month, but I don't know how we're going to survive about.
Even in this time of crisis, Mary Batista spoke of her civic and national pride.
We're a nation where we support each other, and you've seen the tremendous, the abundance of support, from all the Americans, and I'm glad to be a New Yorker, and God bless America.
And these are the meager food packages they spent hours queuing for. A sandwich, some applesauce. In this, the land of plenty. From Queens, you can see the residential skyscrapers of Billionaires Row in Manhattan. But these neighborhoods are part of another America. One that's been ground zero in New York's outbreak. One that's the home to the hardest hit public hospital. Here, a mother and daughter had to wave up at the windows to their husband and father, his birthday spent in COVID isolation. On its doorstep is a neighborhood called Corona, heavily populated by immigrants who don't have the luxury of teleworking from home. People pursuing American dreams that are being crushed by this global contagion.
The coronavirus crisis has really held up a mirror to income inequality in America, and especially New York. Many of the richest people simply fled this city early on and headed to their coastal and country retreats. That was not an option for the poor.
Many people here live in multi-generational households in overcrowded housing. And the lower your income, the harder it is to be socially distant. With Latino and black residents dying at twice the rate of white New Yorkers, the local councilman, Francisco Moya, says the coronavirus has revealed a tale of two cities.
A lot of the Latino community and the poor community are living in one-bedroom apartments. When you think of New York City, you're accustomed to thinking of these luxury condos and high-rises throughout the city, but you have to come out to the outer boroughs and see how the working class and the poor have to live.
In this crisis of need, New York's iconic yellow cabs have been drafted in to deliver aid.
One box to each family.
Taxi drivers have become caregivers, handing out meals to people who can't leave their homes. New York believes it's past the peak of its coronavirus outbreak, but it's still in the depths of this economic disaster. Nick Bryant, BBC News, Queens.
Now, family lawyers say that some parents who are separated are exploiting the lockdown to try to limit access to their children. But parents who do this could be facing legal action. The head of the family courts in England and Wales, Sir Andrew McFarlane, says that children should continue to spend time with both parents as long as everyone is healthy. Our correspondent, Frankie McCamley, has the story.
I'm coming home to an empty house on my own.